Hey, 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 hey. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever part of the world you are in when you see this video. I hope all is well with you and your families. This is the second day of the second month of 2024. January is out of here, never to come back again. That January 2024, we will never see it again. So whatever you didn't do in January, don't beat yourself up. Just get up. You got another chance. It's another opportunity. It's another month. Set new goals and go out there and reach the goals. Okay? So this video today is about stop, drop, and roll. We all know that stop, drop, and roll is very important. And we all think about stop, dropping, and rolling is when you're on fire or someone is on fire. You have to stop moving, you drop to the ground, and you roll to put the flames out. That is very important and stop, drop, and roll. This stop, drop, and roll that I'm going to talk about today is just as important. Okay? So let's jump right into it. So stop. Number one, stop procrastinating. Stop being stagnant. Get up and do those goals. Go out there and accomplish those things that you have set and those goals that you have set for yourself. You have to stop procrastinating. That business is not going to prosper unless you go out there and research. Whatever business it is that you want to open up, you have to research the products. If it's the products that you want to use, if it's making t-shirts, if it's whatever the business is, you have to do your due diligence. I get tongue-tied sometimes. To go out there and to study and to research what it is that you want to do. When I started my skincare business back in 2013, I researched the oils. I researched the different creams and butters. I did so much research, and I wrote down what oil did what oil was good for what, and I researched. I did a lot of research in my skincare business, because when I presented my products to my customers, I wanted them to have a great experience with my business, with my oils. Because my oils, to me, my oils was the best oils out there on the market. You couldn't tell me they weren't. And that's the attitude I want everyone to have. Have that attitude that, oh, what? No, my business is my oils, my creams, my butters is the best out there. Get up and go out there and get it. Stop procrastinating. Stop being stagnant. You can't sit there and think that, okay, my business is going to drop out the sky. It's going to drop in my lap and I'm going to be successful tomorrow. It's possible that you could be successful the next day, but you're not going to be successful if you don't go out there and do it. There are people out here that has put products out there one day, and the very next day they became a millionaire because the product sold out. People were out there to get the products. Okay, that's the stop part. Excuse me. The drop part is drop all that negativity. Try to stay away from the stress. Drop the stress. Drop the negative people. We at times talk to ourselves negative. We have negative thoughts that we talk to ourselves about, that we think about. You have to drop it. Excuse me. You have to drop it. Drop all those negative people. Get those negative people out of your ear. Stay away from the stress. It's easier said than done. I get it, because excuse me, I talk to myself a lot. Stress will take you out of here. Stress will cause all kinds of different conditions being under so much stress. Number one, it has your pressure going up. So when you feel yourself being stressed, do some deep breathing exercises. Do some deep breathing exercises. And if at that moment someone or something is stressing you out, lay it down. Walk away from the stressful person if you can. Hang the phone up if you are able to remove yourself from the stressful person or the situation. I know one time I was at work and had a lot of paperwork, and I misplaced a file that I was looking for, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I cannot find this file. I went all through my paperwork, all through my bag, and I could not find it. And then when I found out, I was putting it together, and it just seemed like it wasn't going together correctly. I couldn't put, and I was like, you know what? I'm putting this file down. I'm putting it to the side, and I will get back to it the next day. I was really stressing myself out over this file because I needed to turn it in, and it was like I wasn't being productive in that moment with that file. So sometimes you have to stop, put it down, and then go back to it. That's that stress. You can't allow stress to overtake you. Stop procrastinating. Stop being stagnant. Drop all the negative. Mainly the negative is what keeps us from prospering. Those negative thoughts. As soon as you, excuse me, as soon as you are in the process of getting something, getting that, or doing that business, or even a job, soon as you are in the process of working and you get on your way to that promotion, those negative thoughts start. Those negative people, they come from out the woodworks. Like, where you come from? I haven't heard from you in such and such time, and here they come. That's because you thought about, oh, I'm not good enough. Am I going to be able to do this job? Am I going to be able to do this business? Am I going to fail? Failure keeps a lot of people from going after what they desire. So drop that stress, drop the negative people, remove them, or remove yourself from the situation. Roll. The third thing, not two. I did 1, 2, 3. The third thing, roll yourself in a particular direction towards your goals and your dreams. Roll yourself. Roll away from the negative, roll away from the stress, but you're rolling yourself into the direction that you want to go to your goals and your dreams. You're the only one that is stopping you from reaching your goals, from reaching your dreams, from being prosperous and being successful. Another thing that just came to mind, people may not realize it, but poverty is hard. Being in poverty is hard. Excuse me, because you always have to make sure that I have enough money for XYZ. If you have children, you always have to make sure, oh, my children need, make sure they have their shoes, their clothes, make sure everything fits. You're constantly making sure your children always have what they need, making sure there's food. Poverty is hard. So don't you think if you were to put poverty to the side, get it out of your mindset, live in abundance? You may not be living in abundance at this moment, but say to yourself every morning, I'm grateful for the abundance. Don't put a dollar amount on how much money, how much money you think you need or you want. Don't put a dollar amount on it, because that way that means you put a cap on what God wants to give you. You put a cap on it. Don't put a cap on what you think you deserve. Just say to yourself, I'm living in abundance. I thank God for abundance. I'm grateful for abundance. Abundance is not only financial, it's health, it's family, it's different things. It's all your whole being. I'm living in abundance. I'm living in abundance. I can bless someone. I'm living in abundance that I see a need and I can meet that need. It doesn't necessarily, like I said, it has to be money. You can be living in abundance that you have an old apartment building, or you own an apartment building and you have vacancies, you have apartments. You can bless someone. Okay, I got this apartment. You can live there till you get on your feet. The bills are already paid. Whatever the abundance is, that's what it is. You don't put a dollar amount on it. Don't put a dollar amount on it. It may get difficult at times for you to stop, drop, and roll. You may be like, oh man, this ain't working. This is not working. I know, people, and I've read it, that 21 days, 3 weeks, after doing something for 21 days, 3 weeks, it becomes a habit. It's difficult at times if you're going on this diet, or if working out, or if you're writing in a journal, or whatever you're doing. If you do it consistently for 3 weeks, after a while, it becomes second nature. It's almost like you're not complete, or your day hasn't gone the way you wanted it to if you haven't done it. Whatever it is. 21 days, 3 weeks, it becomes a habit. It becomes a habit that you do every day consistently. Every day. It's the consistency of what we do to prosper. You can't say, oh, I'm going on this, oh, I'm doing this, I'm going to work out, I'm going to work out, I'm going to work out. You go work out for 2 days and then you stop. So many gyms have made a lot of money at the beginning of the year because that is people's New Year resolution. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to the gym. I'm working out. I'm working out. I'm working out. I'm working out. And then 2 weeks into it, nobody sees you again. But you have to push through. You got to push through. Even when you don't feel like doing it, whatever it is for you, when you don't feel like doing it, do it anyway. Do it anyway. So I had to keep up the time. I got to get out of here at a certain time. But do it anyway, whatever it is. You know what it is. I don't know what your it is. Maybe someone else don't know what your it is. But do it anyway. And the more you do it, the happier you will be because you stuck with it. You stayed with it. Even when it got difficult, no, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep pushing. Yeah, I had, excuse me, I get tongue-tied at times. I'm trying to talk too fast. I have procrastinated. I was stagnant at times. I just was like, this ain't working. This ain't working. Yeah, we think things is supposed to work. It's going to happen overnight. Everything is going to change overnight. The person that's trying to quit smoking, they know that it's not an overnight thing. It doesn't happen overnight. They're going to have cravings. They're going to have wanting to just smoke. They're going to be, some people say that they pick up another habit, which is either eating. When they stop smoking, they went to eating. That's another habit. That's not, if you're overeating, that's not good as well. So it doesn't happen overnight. Just be consistent. Just stay with it. Stay with it and trust and believe me, it will happen. It will happen. You just have to be consistent. You have to stop procrastinating. You have to drop the negative people. You have to roll into the directions of your dreams. Don't allow anyone to tell you, oh, it's not going to work. Yeah. I haven't done things that I wanted to do because I mentioned it or I said something to someone. Sometimes you got to hold it close. You got to hold your dreams close to you. As much as you want to say, you know what, I got this feeling, I got this dream, I want to do this, I got this goal, I'm ready to start this, but you can't. You cannot tell everyone your dreams because people aren't out there. There are people out there that you think are for you, your family members you think are for you, but they're not. They're secretly praying that you fail. And once you fail from being stagnant, from not going after, from not doing, once it fails or you don't get what you want, they sit back and say, see, I knew he wasn't going to do it. I knew that wasn't going to work. And then they're happy. They are happy. Trust me. I have family members that were happy when some financial things happened and me and my children ended up in a shelter. Oh, what? They were excited. They were happy because it made them feel like, oh, I'm better. I would never. I'm better than this. It made them feel like, okay, I can look down on them. They weren't nothing anyway. And yes, it made me feel bad. It made me feel horrible that, I even had to go through that. And it was even said that when we was in the shelter, sometime when I was working, my children were going to school. I would drop them off at school and I would go to work. I was in the shelter in Philly and I would go all the way I didn't have a car, so I would take the train and the bus all the way to Delaware County to work every day. Every day. And being in the shelter, you have to give a certain portion of your money and you put it into a savings. So when you're ready to get out of the shelter, you have money to, buy furniture or to do whatever you need to do with it. So it's like a savings account. And I was getting food stamps at the time, and they don't take your food stamps, even though they do supply, they feed you. They don't take your food stamps. And I was able to do whatever I wanted with my food stamps. And a family member said, oh, you should just give me your food stamps. They feed you in their shelter. You don't need them food. You should just give them to me. Okay, so I'm not allowed to go out and, the food in the shelter wasn't the best, but we did what we had to do. And sometimes I was like, what, let's go down the street. Let's go somewhere and I'll buy a hoagie. You could buy a hoagie with food stamps. So I would buy a hoagie, chips and everything. We would, either bring it back to the shelter there and eat it, or we would eat out at the place or outside somewhere. It was warm. So you wanted me to give you my food stamps. And my children wouldn't have snacks. I couldn't take them to the store. I couldn't buy them juices or anything. Just give you my food stamps. I was like, I'm not giving you my food stamps. I would give you some of them, but I'm just not giving you all my stamps. And it was like, they just felt as though that I was really beneath them. Never wanted to grab a hand to help pull me up out of the situation. Coming out the shelter, had a place. The place wasn't ready when I was being discharged from the shelter. It wasn't fully finished. So I asked a family member, can I stay with you for about a week? No, 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 you can't. And I was like, okay. So me and my children ended up going to the house while the people were still working on the house. I was thankful that the landlord allowed us to move into the house, even though they were still working on it. And they worked faster to get the house completed while we were actually there. So when we went, my children went to school and I went to work, they would work on the house. We would come back, and I was grateful to be able to have somewhere to take my children. People, even, that's like I said, family members. That's why you can't allow them to know what you're doing, because they pray for your downfall. And as soon as you fall, as soon as you fail in their eyes, oh, they looking down on you. See, I knew. Like, no, you didn't know. Just that was my time of going through, and I praise God that He got us out of the shelter, and things started turning around. Things started turning around. They turned around for me and my children. I just shared that little part of my story because I don't want you to feel as though you need to tell everybody what you're doing, because they are secretly not happy for you. They're secretly not happy for you. Stop, drop, and roll. Stop procrastinating. Drop all the negative people, family members, friends, whoever it is that's not being an asset to your life. Drop them. It's hard. It's hard to drop family members. It's hard to drop friends. It's hard to walk alone sometimes. I know. It's hard. Because you feel as though, oh, I want this, I want that, I wish I could do this, I wish I had this friend, I wish my family, I just wanted. But I've come to the realization that I am all I need besides God. I'm all I need right at this moment. Down the line, I may need somebody. I may want somebody. But right at this moment, I'm happy. I'm content. I am all I need at this moment. This moment right here, what time is it? 8:45, February the 2nd, 2024. At this moment, I am all I need at this moment. The next moment, I may be like, you know what? I need you. Oh my goodness. I take myself out on dates. I date myself. I take myself out on dates. You have to understand that you are all you need at times. Don't think that, oh, I need this person. Oh my gosh, I need. No, you need yourself so you can get up and do what it is that you need to do for yourself. The third thing is roll. Roll towards your dreams. Roll towards your goals. Don't just set goals and they just on the paper. Don't write in your journal and it's just there. Don't do it, because it's not going to happen. Nothing's going to happen if I wrote it down. Oh my goodness, I wrote it down January 31st. And the day is February the 2nd. Ain't nothing happened. Nothing happened because you didn't go out there. It's plenty of times from January 31st to February 2nd, you could have spoken to someone about your goals. Spoken to someone, how can I go about getting this website built? How can I go about getting an LLC? What it is that I need to do? Get a notebook. Get a notebook. And when you contact people, write it down so you can have a reference to go back to. Oh, yeah. I remember I contacted and they said such XYZ. Yes. You have to do it. Stop being stagnant. Stop procrastinating. I'm going to say it again. Drop all the negativity. Drop the stress. And roll towards your goals and your dreams. You got this, queen. You got this, king. Okay? So you have an amazing day. And another thing, when you get up in the morning, don't say today is going to be a great day. Say today is a great day. Okay? Have an amazing day. I will talk to you all later. God bless. Mwah.